Both sides of the story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Yes, both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
Let me but do my work from day to day, in field or forest, at the desk or loom, in roaring marketplace or tranquil room. Let me but find it in my heart to say, when vagrant wishes beckon me astray, this is my work, my blessing, not my doom. Of all who live, I am the one by whom this work can best be done in the right way. Then shall I see it not too great nor small, to suit my spirit and to prove my powers. Then shall I cheerful greet the laboring hours, and cheerful turn when the long shadows fall at eventide, to play and love and rest. Because I know, for me, my work is best.
Let's drink to the hard-working people. Let's drink to the people. Raise your glass to the good and the evil. Let's drink some of the air. Say a prayer for the common soldier. Spare a thought for his back-breaking word. Say a prayer for his wife and his children, who burn the fires and who till the end. And when I search, my face must cry, yeah, yeah, yeah. Swollen mass of grace. Oh, let me tell you about it. Black and white. But you know they don't look real to me, no. In fact, they look so strange, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Raise your glass to the hard-working people. Let's drink to the uncounted. Let's think of the wondering millions who need leaders but get gamblers instead, yeah. When I search, my face is crying, oh yeah, yeah. I can still see a master's praise. Yes, I can right now. Black and white. Oh, they don't look real to me. No, they don't. In fact, they look so strange. Yeah, yeah. Whoa. Let's drink to the hard-working people. Let's drink of the lonely of birth. Let's drink
It's the third day of the ninth month of 2021. 2021 is the international, in fact, let's start again, because 2021 to 2030 is the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Action for Road Safety. It's the third day of the ninth month of 2021, the International Year of Peace and Trust, the International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development, the International Year of Fruits and Vegetables, the International Year for the Elimination of Child Labor, and the International Year of Health and Care Workers. Put another way, it's the third day of the fourth month of the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season, and the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida, is issuing advisories on Hurricane Larry, located over the eastern tropical Atlantic, about 1,100 miles west of the southernmost Cabo Verde Islands, otherwise known as the Cape Verde Islands. A surface trough over portions of Central America and the southern Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico is producing disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. This system is expected to move west-northwestward during the next day or two, bringing locally heavy rains to these areas. The disturbance is expected to move over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico late this weekend and then move northwestward to northward over the western Gulf of Mexico early next week. However, unfavorable upper-level winds could limit significant development during that time. Now to the National Meteorological Service, based right here in Jamaica. There's a tropical wave across the eastern Caribbean and a trough across Jamaica. This trough is expected to remain across Jamaica over the next few days. The forecast for the rest of this afternoon: isolated showers and thunderstorms across central and western parishes. Tonight, partly cloudy. And going into this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms mainly across central and western parishes during the afternoon. Monday, isolated showers and thunderstorms mainly across western parishes. Let's take a look at some of the other observances. The month of September is still being observed as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, National Senior Citizens Month, Employers Month, Alopecia Awareness Month, alopecia, A-L-O-P-E-C-I-A. That's the partial or complete loss of hair loss, baldness. September is also Travel Agents Month, and according to Tasty Cheese, Cheese Month, although there seemed to have been a bit of confusion with their ads running in the month of August, as if August was Cheese Month. Tasty Cheese, I'm sure they have sorted that one out by now. Today is also Australian National Flag Day, in Australia, of course, where else? Foundation of the Republic Day in San Marino, Independence Day in Qatar. That's where the U.S. Embassy is now, relocated from Kabul to Qatar. And Independence Movement Day in Tunisia. There's more after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 2:15.
Hey, you see these days, it's good to get straight to the point. Quick and easy. That's why Western Union gives you another way to receive money straight to your bank account with Western Union's direct-to-bank money transfer. Visit a Western Union agent location and sign up now and tell your family and friends to send your next Western Union money transfer directly to your bank account in Jamaica. It's easy. Visit a Western Union location or call our call center at 876-926-2454. Sign up today to receive a money transfer directly to your bank account with ease with Western Union. Moving money for better.
It's riveting, thought-provoking, and interesting. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Quarry on Mondays and Tuesdays and Sanjay Lewis on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays as they set your agenda and break down the issues and keep you informed on what matters to you most. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. only on Power 106 FM.
Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. This Wednesday, September 8, Miss Brittany Blackwood will discuss the learning of creative lunch dishes with just $500 for 2 persons. Also, tune in for a focus on how to get a good night's rest. That's Powering Your Health this Wednesday, September 8 at 8 p.m. only on Power 106 FM. Powering Your Health is brought to you by 6 West Medical, 6 West Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine, PA Benjamin, a trusted name for over a century. National Health Fund, your partner for healthy living. Beco Zinc Plus Syrup, distributed by Medical Disposables and Supplies, available in pharmacies island-wide. Jamaica Plumbing Supplies Limited, let's save water. Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. Benson Pharmacy, 11 Main Street, A2, Old Harbor. And Daisy Health Technology, monitoring health to blossom.
To the south of the air, say a prayer for the common foot soldier. Spare a thought for his back-breaking word.
Hoy es viernes, el 3 de septiembre 2021 y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado, porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos.
Let's drink to the uncounted.
C'est vendredi le 3 septembre 2021 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service pour une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue!
Let's drink to the red-tagged people.
All we're saying is it's Friday, the 3rd of September, 2021, and we greet you well wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to both sides of the story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
To the south of the air, say a prayer for the common foot soldier. Sparrow thought for his back-breaking word.
Good afternoon to those listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you would have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free. Listening is free whenever, wherever. We thank you if you have logged on to the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com. Subscribers to onespotmedia.com also have access to both sides of the story in particular and Power 106 FM in general. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page and affiliated pages. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to watch both sides of the story. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. There's always YouTube. All you need is a device, internet connection. Open a browser like Google Chrome, for example. Type YouTube. The YouTube website pops up. If you're doing all of that right now, you should see this video trending. If you're not seeing it, then in the YouTube search box, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to watch both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. We welcome those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Let's remind you of those numbers. From the United States, if you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 631 359 8281. 631 359 8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953. 0330 606 0953. We thank those of you who have found other ways and means of listening and watching both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. We look forward to your full participation. After all, it is your program, Both Sides of the Story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. And so we welcome your calls on 876-922-4112, 876-922-4113, 876-922-4114, and 876-922-4115. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. It means you can not only send us on that number, you can not only send us your text messages, but also your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes. You can call us via WhatsApp, and you can use that same number as a straight line, 876-365-3346, a straight line to us on this side of the glass. We already have a call. Miss Olive, somebody got in ahead of you, although you came in on this phone, but on the general call-in numbers, we have a caller already lined up, Miss Olive. So if you want to wait or listen and then call back, The choice is yours. And let's just round out this opening before we take the first call by letting you know that the poem we recited at the start of the program is by, it's called Work by Henry Van Dyke. Work by Henry Van Dyke. Henry, HenryVanDyke. Henry Van Dyke, Work. And the theme song is Salt of the Earth. Salt of the Earth by Johnny Adams. Salt of the Earth by Johnny Adams. And it's what we do from time to time, what we've been doing from time to time during this pandemic, just pausing to celebrate, to recognize, to highlight, to feature those who have been serving us day in, day out since the start of this pandemic. A few of them have perished, sadly. We cherish their memory and we honor their work during their time here on earth, not least of all during this time of the pandemic. And so this afternoon, it's a tribute to those who are still on the front lines serving us right across this country, even as we remember those who fell in the line of duty. The salt of the earth. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon, Mr. Coombs.
Yeah, what made the nice something so you have to give one take, you can't get you all back going. Anyway, your colleague, Mr. Simon.
I'm sorry, did you want me to hear anything that you just said? Because I didn't hear anything that you just said.
We are living nice with the beach.
Oh, the noise where you are.
Yeah.
I see.
You would come in more for me,
I see.
So the nice with the background of the beach. So you have to bear with me.
We'll bear that in mind. Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Anyway, Mr. Simon Cross, we have a bird. We are talking about 6-7 years now, right? Could be more, could be less. But anyway, I'm a virgin. I want him to call me. I number the street, my name Philip Coon. But I will tell you what him say. I don't know with him. Him say, with the high miller, him don't agree for him to get the award. Or there's 2 cases against him. But what, me no liar, me a clear beast, man, but me listen and me learn. You're a liar named Robin Smith, he died now. He was defending a murder one time and he appealed the case and the government accepted the appeal. And he died in prison and he said, I'm going to release the body to the relative. And I'm going to skylark the government and say, well, the government already accept the appeal. So he can go both ways. So what he charged, Mr. Almila, appeal is 2 appeal. Is 2 cases against him. So nobody in Jamaica can stop him from getting one. There is no case against him pending right now. The government accepts his 2 appeal. I know I'm a liar, but I call you a liar on your radio. So Mr. Cross, I don't want to say.
Well, I'm sorry you weren't able to call.
No, Mr.
Call Mr. Cross on that.
I was here long until the time run out. Mr. Cross,
yeah, all right. Well, call him when you get the chance. Try him again when he comes next week, all things being well. Yeah, you see, because he would know what he said and would be able to respond. So it's really not fair to him. You're really doing him an injustice when you take the matter to another program, actually. Yeah. All right, and you're still doing it. I tell you what, Mr. Coombs, let's leave it there for now. Thank you very much for the call. All the very best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. And Miss Olive has seized the moment instantaneously. She, as they say in Jamaican terms, she never itch. Miss Olive, you're on.
Okay, Mr. Dervan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I know it is let me see. We are at 3 o'clock. Oh gosh. How many hours we are from England? 7 hours?
6 hours.
Well, when that means it's almost night there.
It's 8:30 in the evening in the UK, yes.
However, quickly, I just want to, anybody out in the diaspora or here in Jamaica who remembers my brother Basil Warp. His daughter had, his daughter's daughter had triplets, had twins. Today is their 13th birthday, boy and girl twins, Jason and Jasmine. And my brother also, he's so lucky. His first son years ago had married and had triplets, two boys and one girl. And all me pray for triplets or twin, me never get it. Isn't that so? Every time I customer tell my girl, Jim.
One moment, Miss Olive. One moment, please.
Yeah. Say a prayer for his wife and his children.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:31.
But wait, look at this, Vincent.
No.
Look on the paper how it little bit and wingy like marble. This can't fail.
Most of the old mite them we cause it, them attack the leaves of the plant, so the fruit can't get to grow proper.
So what the other farmers can use so the pepper them come big and pretty like your own?
Well, is new mectin what we use still, you know. What eco-friendly biological pesticide. With this product, the mite them can't touch my field. Yeah, man, it environmentally friendly. It deal with the mite them proper, and it don't leave no residue after application. It good for the crop, it good for the environment, and guess what? It good for my pocket too.
Me I go spread the word about this product to the rest of the farmers. New make thing you say?
Yeah, man.
Get your eco-friendly pneumatic pesticide at your local Hypro dealer today.
2021 high school graduates across Jamaica. Be a part of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information's groundbreaking sixth form pathway program at the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean UCC and benefit from free tuition for 2 years for most programs. Through this sixth form program, high school graduates can transition to grade 12 to earn an associate degree or other vocational certifications after grade 13. Then, if you wish, seamlessly complete your UCC bachelor's degree in just 2 more years. Visit ucc.edu.jm for details or call us at 876-906-3000. UCC, fostering leadership and innovation.
Join Power 106 FM every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:05 p.m. for the Vaccination Podcast. Listen to learn about COVID-19 vaccines and surrounding concerns. The Vaccination Podcast is brought to you by the Private Sector Vaccination Initiative.
Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new hosts who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. To the lonely of birth, raise your glass to the good and the evil. Let's drink to the salt of the earth. Say a prayer for the common foot soldier.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Yes, Miss Olive?
Yeah, I mean, that brother Dervan, him so lucky. Him born Christmas Day.
Oh.
Him born Christmas Day. Him married, and him first son have married and have triplet. And then him second to last daughter married and have boy and girl twin. And look how, you know how me pray when me was having children, make me have twin. And boy, oh boy, I tell you, every day I put some more grudge him.
Want you, get you.
I'm telling you.
But different. Yes.
Yeah, so he's my brother up in London there. So he's Basil. Everybody we call him Barry, but Basil is his right name. So
Basil.
Yes. Yes, that's his name. And
some people,
we're 5 years apart.
Some people
Somebody call it
pronounce
Basil.
theirs Basil.
Basil, no, but it's Basil, B-A-S-I-L.
With one S, because they use in English they
S.
say the one S, it's usually a sharp S if it's one. But anyway, when you double it up, it becomes two. But anyway, it becomes it gives you the softer sound.
Okay, well, that's
like bass as opposed to bass. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
No, but you're free to pronounce your name any way you choose, or your parents or guardians choose. So it's neither here nor there, quite frankly.
Well, way back then it was Basil, but as the years go by, them fix it. And
Basil became Basil.
Basil and Basil and Basil and
is there a herb called? There's a herb called basil, isn't there?
Yeah, basil. But you say B-A-S-I-L. So I want them get basil out of that.
Yeah, well, such is the nature of the English language.
Anyway, okay, Dervan, let me leave you alone.
All right, thanks for the call.
Okay, love, good.
Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. What did I just see on the news feed I'm following? Hold on, I saw, looks like, here we go. Taliban, China to beef up relations. So the story is China to keep Kabul embassy open and beef up relations, say Taliban. China has promised to keep its embassy in Kabul. Of course, unlike the United States, they have shifted their embassy to Qatar. And anyway, the story says China has promised to keep its embassy in Kabul open and beef up relations. That's the word from the Taliban as Afghanistan's new rulers worked on preparing their new government and winning international recognition. A spokesman for the Islamist militia, Suhail Shaheen, said on Friday a senior member of the Taliban's political office in Qatar had been told by China's deputy foreign minister that Beijing also aimed to increase humanitarian assistance. So the Taliban will be working with China, or will continue to receive support from China. Right. And let's go back. Where were we? Oh, there is a, let's go to another call on the WhatsApp line. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. First time calling.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. I have permission there where it is of concern to me right now. Some little political issue, but not to really bash anybody.
No. You don't have to put in any disclaimer. We listen keenly when people call, and we know if anybody is being libeled or any misinformation being transmitted. We do our best to keep our ears open. We have a button we can press if it's not supposed to go out on air. But because we don't want you to undermine your position. Not when you have to put in a disclaimer. If you're not careful, it undermines everything else that you're going to say. So just come to us, good afternoon, and go straight to it.
Yes, my position as I'm saying.
Yes.
The government is trying with this. If they have Arabic.
They're trying with what? The government is trying with?
Trying to the pandemic under control in Jamaica.
Right. You think the government is trying?
Yeah, they are trying.
Yes.
But they're supposed to review the position. The very first week when it's done, they should come back and review it and look at it and say, well then, this can be more a super spread.
Oh, you mean, hold on, you're talking the decision to reopen?
No, it is very bad, but I don't go into that one. I'll leave that alone.
So what are you talking about now? You say after the first...
Yes, what I'm talking about now, the locking down at 3 days.
Yes.
What I said now, when they lock down the first 3 days, they should see and look and say, well then, when the third day come and Wednesday they move, they should look and say, well then, this can be a super spread. So let us change this position and lock down the country Friday and Saturday. give people enough time to go to do their business Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So you're going to have that 2 days and a more extended time. Because when you go on a Wednesday, and see the position of the country, it is more chaos than anything else, brother.
Yeah, it's and that is what is going to happen on even a larger scale going forward in terms of that's pent up, what you call pent up energy, pent up spending incapacity. The idea is that when people have been locked up or locked down or movements have been restricted, the moment you fly the gate, as a former Prime Minister said, former Prime Minister Patterson, the moment you fly the gate, everybody going to, what's the expression they use in Jamaica on the street? They're going bomb rush.
Right.
They're going bomb rush. So it perhaps, anyway, go. Let me allow you to finish first.
When you look at it, it kills a car. It kills a car now. Everywhere is jam packed. So they can't afford to do them business by Friday coming. You understand? And go back to lockdown Saturday again. So somebody should have come out and review, and the Prime Minister say, okay, we have to change the strategy. And go back to the drawing board and look at the Saturday and Sunday as the 2 best days. Sunday in a regular lockdown day. They're going plus Saturday on it. Then the country will take time to move back because people will understand now. They don't have to go and rush again like first.
All right, hold it there now. Just slow it down a bit and give us the strategy now. So you're saying they should lock down Friday and Saturday.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Again.
With the movement again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they can move again.
Right.
All right. So I see where you're going then. So you're suggesting that you have less no movement days and more movement days.
Right.
You think that will make a difference? Because if you have more no movement days and less movement days, then people are going to feel pressured or rushed to try and get in certain activities, certain transactions before. And that's going to cause some kind of bottleneck.
Right. Exactly. No, but and the curfew still there,
Yes.
7 o'clock same here.
7 o'clock in the evening and 6 o'clock on a Saturday.
Right. No, well then
Saturday would have been yes, as you said.
But if market people going to go to market on Friday for a Saturday market.
Okay. I see what you mean.
This is what I mean.
Yes.
And it will much easier and the public, and it spread will be cut down. So you have the 2-day
Well, we'd have to see it implemented to see if it actually works. But your suggestion is quite clear.
Okay.
Yes.
The next thing again, I'm going to call a name where we know him. Apologize for things. Mike Henry was one of the best transport ministers I believe we ever seen in Jamaica.
Mike Henry.
Mike Henry.
Why? What body of work would he have put in for you to consider him to be the best transport minister?
He consider the poor and my thing. He's not a favorite of mine, but he considers a lot about the poor. Mike Henry was trying.
No, but how does that? I'm trying to understand the transport part because you said the best transport minister.
That's what I was here. Mike Henry was trying to put in JUTC, but in every town in Jamaica. You understand me?
And that makes him the best transport minister.
Good, because what happened? The country would have enough bus than the country.
No, but how on a
But he never get a chance to do it.
But this is what I'm saying. So how do you then declare him the best transport minister and he didn't get the opportunity to implement it? One moment, please.
People
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
Vanities, sinks, baths and showers, cool bathroom ideas. We've got you covered. Finding style in every detail. Make your best home anything but ordinary. At Home and Things.
The following is a public service announcement from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. The Ministry of Labor and Social Security is advising the public that limited services will be offered at the newly relocated office at 4 Sam Sharp Square, Montego Bay, from Wednesday, September 1 through to Friday, September 3, 2021. This is due to unforeseen circumstances that arise during the relocation exercise. The Ministry appreciates your kind understanding and expects full service to be restored on Wednesday, September 8, 2021. We apologize for the inconvenience this may cause. That was a public service announcement from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. Join Power 106 FM every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:05 p.m. for the Vaccination Podcast. Listen to learn about COVID-19 vaccines and surrounding concerns. The Vaccination Podcast is brought to you by the Private Sector Vaccination Initiative.
Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new host who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. For his wife and his children.
Best Transport Minister.
What you were trying to do is get the UTC bus in every rural area community. And it's not the town them. That would be facilitate the children them and even big people, elderly, even from town to town, even say, all right, 2 of the buses can run from Nepen to Island Town. And otherwise, some other Mandeville. But what happened now, they don't have any more buses and then take him out of the system. And I think Kingston now, you don't have any JUTC running. 1 and 2, they don't have a...
No, you can't say they don't have any JUTC bus running in Kingston. Come on now. When you speak in absolutes, you undermine your argument because it's just not true. But anyway...
You don't have a bus. You don't have the final bus can do. Too long to...
Yeah, which is nothing new. JUTC has always suffered from bus shortages. Always.
But why?
Because perhaps issues with maintenance of the buses or how the buses are operated by some of the drivers, etc. It could be how the passengers treat the buses. It could be a number of things. Remember that time when they were stoning JUTC buses?
Exactly.
Right.
Well, when they look at the system, it's really gone from, people have to pay up to $200, and the cost of now.
Now, which if it's above what their people are supposed to be paying, then they need to take a note of the registration plates of those vehicles whose operators are charging above the stipulated rate and let the law deal with them.
You know that he's not having time for that again in Jamaica.
Well, that's a part of the problem. You see, we're very good at complaining in Jamaica, and we cuss and we go on bad, and we know in a this one and that one, etc. And we prefer to do that than to take action that is going to likely to result in some decision, some practical move.
Yeah, let's see as to what's going on now. We are going to sit down as to what's going on. And the next issue I would like to talk about.
I hope this is the last one because we have the calls backing up and others want to get in.
This is the last one. Every tourists that coming into Jamaica from every country must be fully vaccinated. That the government must stick to that. Every tourist that coming here, we cannot turn away Jamaicans, but everybody that coming in here must be fully vaccinated. That's one of the issues we want to hear the government speak about.
Well, over to the tourism minister and the cabinet.
Okay, then have a nice day and thank you.
You too. Take care. All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Hello. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Shalom Israel.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, blessings and good day to you, Mr. Malcolm, and to our listeners on the various platforms.
Good day. Welcome.
Yes, the latest news trending. I was listening to the midday TVJ news, and I heard something new from the Prime Minister.
You heard something new from the Prime Minister. What's new?
Yeah. In addition, I will come into that shortly. In addition to that, I heard a new advertisement in regards to this.
With
pandemic.
regard to?
Regards. Thanks for the correction. To the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
There was a medical personnel. I don't know if she's a nurse or a doctor, but she said the advertisement is that when the lady exclaimed, when you go take the vaccine, COVID-19 has stressed me out. Stress we out.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's new. It's like what you call a scaremongering to get. If not,
you think that is scaremongering?
Yeah, it's a part of the whole system of scaremongering to get people to even it's soon gone down to baby just born.
Well, it hasn't had any impact on you because you clearly are not into that or not in that. A former prime minister said that. Was that PJ Patterson again? I am not into that.
I am not in that.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're fine. You don't have anything to worry about then.
Mr. Malcolm, I give God and Jesus Christ the thanks and praise and honor because I've been reading about these things from I was a child and never understand. Now I'm seeing the days. Isn't glorious days we are seeing that the things that he has said 4,000 or 5,000 years ago are coming to pass in our time. These are the days that the prophets have for long to live to see. I'm seeing them. I have to be glad. I have to rejoice and give praise because my redemption draweth nigh. So in regards to what?
All right. I think I see you're used to that expression, but
yes.
But it's with regard to.
Yeah, regard to. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Back to the new thing with the Prime Minister. No, I was watching the midday TVJ news and I see they're showing a clip of the Prime Minister calling the people that take the vaccine heroes.
Oh.
Is that normal?
Calling the people who took the vaccines heroes.
Yeah. No, Mr. Malcolm, right away, you should be distrusted of what is going on by a Prime Minister calling the people an hero because on what occasion you generally call a person or persons hero?
Yeah, it's a term that we use quite loosely in everyday language. You're my hero. Boy,
no, Mr. Malcolm, not in this case. Not in this case from our Prime Minister, international.
No. You're free to criticize the Prime Minister's use of the term, but you asked me. Didn't you ask me something just now?
Yes, you're right. But
so I was just responding to what you asked.
I'm not only asking you. It's for the sake of your listener. No, when you give such accolades to people in general, they must have done something extraordinary or that has never.
Well, that is why I said it's a term that is used quite loosely in everyday speech. It's just like in Jamaica, where we if we're not careful, we call everybody an icon without even checking the meaning of icon.
All right, Mr. Malcolm. Like I said, and I'm going to emphasize to you, listener, what the feat that we have accomplished is. Did you know that we are the possibly? I don't know.
Careful now. The first rule of public speaking is do not speak about what you do not know.
Fine. Fair enough. I'll take correction. Statistics has shown that we are the only country in the world who have willingly are allowing our 12-year-old. I will start there and up. Be taking an experimental medication, whatever they want.
Experimental
it is
medication.
It is experimental. It's never been tried before in the history of humanity.
Oh, I see. From that perspective.
Yeah.
12-year-old.
So what next, Mr. Malcolm? Will they be bringing it down to 5-year-old and 6-year-old or just birth?
No, if you have a point already and you're winning, don't undermine it by going where nobody is going at this stage, because none of the vaccines is for anybody under 12.
Mr. Malcolm, you presumptuously said vaccine. Mr. Malcolm, nobody can prove to you. I challenge anybody in my hearing, come and tell you that this thing is a vaccine.
That's what it is. But good luck in trying to convince anybody otherwise.
But I had something else to emphasize, Mr. Malcolm. Do you know that there's a report of a new variant?
There's always a report
of a new variant, which will it is confirmed. It's in England. They said over 50% have had it already, and
what's the name of that new variant?
It's been conjectured.
What's the name of that new variant?
Didn't get the name, to be honest with you.
No, you have to do better than that, man. Come on, man.
You're right.
Come on,
man. Doing better. You're right. But you can confirm. You have
the newest one I've heard of, I've read about, is the C.1.2. Hope I got that right. C.1.2. That is the newest one I read about. And that wasn't in England. I believe that was South Africa. C.1.2. I just want to make sure I get it here. Let's see. Let's bring it up. C.1.2 variant. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, the variant known as C.1.2 was first identified in May 2021 and has since been found. So it has been more widespread. So it's beyond England. So it has since been found in England, China, Portugal, Switzerland, and New Zealand, plus a new preprint study by South Africa's National Institute for Communicable Diseases says the new variant, believed to have evolved from C.1, has concerning constellations of mutations. Concerning constellations of mutations.
So it will eventually render this so-called, and it's been speculated, this so-called vaccine, and I said that
render it what?
Useless.
No, because so far, the evidence thus far is that the vaccine is efficacious, is effective against the Delta variant.
All right. I will just say, so it is said. Mr. Malcolm.
No, but scientists can't run on so it is said, you know.
Well,
that's why they have made medicine which you would have taken in the past, one way or another, including vaccines. And that wasn't on somebody picking a number out of a hat and coming up with whatever you had, whatever medication you had, whether as a child or vaccination as a child, etc. So that's not something that somebody picked out of a hat. Come on now, give some regard for people and their work.
Mr. Malcolm, let me make a disclaimer. I'm not an anti-vaxxer.
No. I'm not saying. Nobody said you were.
I know. No, I'm just.
Nobody said you were. Hold a moment, please. One moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3 o'clock.
Join Power 106 FM every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:05 p.m. for the Vaccination Podcast. Listen to learn about COVID-19 vaccines and surrounding concerns. The Vaccination Podcast is brought to you by the Private Sector Vaccination Initiative.
Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new hosts who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. Strange, yeah. Well, yeah.
Thanks for holding. So we conveniently choose what to believe and what not to believe. When it suits us, we are silent, or we don't discuss or dismiss that which is put forward. When it doesn't suit us, we take another position. It's human nature, isn't it?
So, Mr. Malcolm, that is referring to me also?
No, I'm just saying that seems to be human nature, because on the one hand, you're quick to dismiss that which was put to you just before we took the break. You're quick to dismiss what the science has demonstrated so far. If indeed, as you have put it, it's an experiment. And so far, what you call an experiment is showing, so far, what you call an experiment is showing and has confirmed that the vaccine is effective against the Delta variant.
Mr. Malcolm, I didn't want to go back there because I wanted to say something to you and your listeners.
All right.
But the first time, what was his name? The man that the Russians sent into outer space. What's his name the first time?
Yuri.
He was Yuri Gagarin.
Yeah.
Yuri Gagarin, yeah. He was accoladed as a hero over the world. All over the world.
So you think that word hero was used wrongly in that instance as well?
No, it wasn't. So we have to be suspicious when the Prime Minister called the people an hero. We take these so-called vaccines. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's obvious as a politician. You know, I was listening to a discussion on BBC some time ago, and one of the panelists said a quote that I love. One of the panelists said, "Politicians campaign in poetry, but govern in prose."
So that was a campaign. That was a political campaign.
Why would you? Essentially, when politicians have to interface with people and interact with people, they generally try as much as possible to say things that the people can identify with, or to try to stroke the egos of people. Okay. And they use all kinds of terms, and they play music if it's a political meeting or whatever, the music if it's a campaign, whatever. The point is that is their MO.
Mr. Malcolm, I'm going to be frank with you. You sound like an apologetic for the politician.
I was wondering when you would say that. What took you so long? I'm surprised you took so long to say that.
No, I'm honest. I say that respectfully.
Yeah.
The greatest of respect.
Yeah, well, no. I don't. You see that expression when people start talking, because I'm a lover of languages, not least of all the English language. So I'm very careful how I use words. And so when people don't come to me with the greatest of respect, because you are about to disrespect. That's when you come with the greatest of respect. Or people who say to tell you the truth. Am I to understand that you've been telling me lies all this time? I'm just saying.
Okay.
When just watch what but I'm not surprised. I was just waiting. I'm surprised it took you so long to say that, because we have a problem, not just in this country, maybe it's global. When somebody when you don't hear what you want to hear, you resort to character assassination. That's what tends to happen in this country. I monitor talk shows. I've been producing talk shows since 1999, and I monitor talk shows. I have an understanding of all that is involved. There's nothing new under the sun. It's the same old story. If it's like Metro, one of the regular callers, I think he only called us once. Metro was telling Dion Jackson Miller last night that was it last night? I think it was last night. Yeah, that Emily was spinning so much that she should be on the West Indies team because Emily Shields' position was different from his. We need to stop that. We need to stop that. We need to stop that. If people are free to express an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. Nothing wrong with having an opinion. But not because it doesn't align with your opinion, automatically now you start to assassinate the person's character and throwing shade. That is most unbecoming, quite frankly. But we're not surprised. I was waiting for it. Trust me. By virtue of how you start, I keep telling you, I study English language, and the only game I play is word games. I love words, and I'm in my dictionary virtually every day. I want to know what everything means so that I can understand when people are talking as a talk show host, how to treat that which is coming to me and how to be prepared for what is likely to come after that.
Didn't preempted me that I didn't go that far. Anyway, Mr. Malcolm, finally.
No, you were talking to yourself just now because you were talking while I was talking, which is bad manners, as we all know.
No, really, no. Well,
yes, you were talking while I was talking.
My apology to the listener. I'm on the road on an earpiece, and someone was passing by. Anyway, Mr. Malcolm.
So you have succeeded in doing what you came here to do. So I am an apologist for the government of Jamaica. No, you have done your job for the day. That. What's the next subject?
Confirmation. I didn't say it. I said.
What's the next subject? What's the next subject?
All right. In regards to.
With regard to.
With regards to.
With regard to. You can say best regards, warm regards, etc. But it's with regard to. That's the expression correctly put. With regard to.
With regard to, yeah.
Yes.
This socio-economic, academic, and internationally, this pandemic period, during this very pandemic period, I've heard it's been said about that everybody, as much as possible, must go and take the vaccine, quote unquote, for some level of, or for the world to come back normal, especially in Jamaica. For Jamaica to come back, we can go back both doing our normal business. I will put it out there that there will not be normalcy ever again.
No, but that's not a breaking story. Come on, you have to do better than that. There's nothing. No. There's nothing. The world is constantly evolving. So you're not telling us anything that isn't already within the realms of possibility. The world evolves. It's not going, whatever we're experiencing now within this pandemic, whatever we have been experiencing, is not going to last forever. There'll be changes. There are changes every day, every single day.
Particularly referring to the situation with the lockdown and the worsening state. One of this, with regard to the pandemic, one of my observation is that whenever there's a what you call blitz, vaccination blitz, there's always more people bungling up to get this thing, and they never have sufficient. And subsequently afterward, they hear that there's a spike, more people having the virus. And nobody's contemplating that the more people they vaccinate, in quote, open quote, close quotation mark, is the worse it gets.
No, you see, again, you can hold on. One thing following another, is not necessarily an indication that one caused the other. Just remember that, please. One thing following another is not necessarily an indication that one caused the other. However, if data has been gathered, data has been farmed, data has been collected, which amounts to that which you just said, then so be it. But you cannot just on the face of it say that it is so because that's what always happened after this lockdown or whatever. After the lockdown, there is a spike. It's not necessarily an indication that the lockdown caused the spike.
All right. You mentioned Mr.
Unless you have evidence to show that.
I don't have personal evidence, but based on what I see and observe and heard on the media, I will speak of Miss Emily Shield. Last week, I will finalize.
No, if you want to question or challenge something that was said by Emily Shields, I humbly submit that you do so by calling her on the hotline Thursday. I think it's Thursday and Friday. She's on a Thursday and a Friday. That's what I would suggest. But we're not going to discuss any position taken by her on this program. If you have an issue with something that she said, then I humbly submit that you call whenever she is on and put whatever concerns you have to her.
It was just a reference.
No, but I'm saying, I didn't hear it. I have no way of verifying what was said or not said. So I'm humbly submitting to you that you make it the point of your duty. Come next Thursday at least, and if you miss Thursday, there is Friday, to call Emily Shields and put to her whatever concern you have pertaining to something that she said. All right, next point.
You're quite aware that one famous...
Next point, please. We're finished with that one. What's the next point?
On the same issue.
What issue?
This pandemic.
Yes.
From another perspective.
Uh-huh.
And the spreading and sparking of it. And it was.
Do you still have that radio? You're trying to listen to the radio while you're on something, isn't it, in the background? There's some talking.
Someone is speaking. Yeah, someone is actually speaking. See if I can come out of the way. All right.
Uh-huh.
This is it. It is well known that a famous politician and former minister, he was one served as the Minister of National Security. His wife died. Condolences to the family. And based on observation and listening to how our demise came about, it was that, and it was mentioned on Miss Emily Shields' program on the television that she held sometime last week. Mr. Knight, KD Knight in particular, I can say the name. He said he was the only one at his home, his household of 5, who took this so-called vaccine. And subsequently, everyone in his household had the or symptom of it. Anyway, quickly died. Now, my suspicion is, if you're the only one who gets it, right? Based on my research that I've done, because I've done some research with regards to on the internet, etc., and scientists are saying, but they said this new form of so-called vaccination, it has a what you call a.
All right, we have to go to the break.
Memory.
One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
First thing in the morning, I Gucci Plus. Belly for me sing, you know it's a must. Power to the vibe, you know me happy boss. Gucci Plus, me just went cut me card. Yes, great, so me love it straight. Gucci Plus, that new try one to the air. Ready for drink out of the box, same way. Good for big people and little picky there. Gucci Plus is a must. And me have to drink. Gucci Plus is a must. No one know other thing. Gucci Plus is a must. It's no happy me. Gucci Plus in my pocket of the leather thing. Gucci Plus is a must. It's affordable. Gucci Plus. Living in the positive.
Tune in every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. to midday for your legal corner with Dahlia Walker Huntington during Power Talk on Power 106 FM. You can call our numbers 876-922-4112-5. The text and WhatsApp line is 876-279-8598. You can also send an email at yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. Join Your Legal Corner for all matters in relation to immigration to the United States. Here Dahlia offer great legal advice on your immigration queries and concerns. Learn about the filing process, when to file, and how to prepare for the move. That's Your Legal Corner, 11:30 to midday, every Thursday right here on Power 106 FM.
It's riveting, thought-provoking, and interesting. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Quarry on Mondays and Tuesdays and Sanjay Lewis on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays as they set your agenda and break down the issues and keep you informed on what matters to you most. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. only on Power 106 FM.
It's young, it's fresh, it's worldviews from a youth perspective. It's Gen Z, navigating the ups and downs of everyday life. Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Power 106 FM.
I can see you swallowing mass of grace. All I can tell you about it.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Now, I've allowed you to express yourself before the break with respect to KD Knight and his family. And that's because, yes, I myself listened, so I heard the interview, etc. What we will not allow is for you to speculate on a medical issue in which, as far as we are aware, you have no training or expertise. So we will not allow that component of what you were about to say. Are we clear on that?
Anyway.
Are we clear on that?
Yes, I am.
Right.
Malcolm, bye.
Right. So you have been on a while. Your friend Raskava has been holding for 27 minutes and 36 seconds. Surely you can yield to give at least Raskava an opportunity to express himself.
Let me ask this. Have you taken your job already?
What's that?
Have you taken your jobs already?
Yes, I went for my first dose. Just about, I think, is it 2 weeks yet?
All right.
Yes, the first dose.
I will let you with this text. Revelation chapter 14. Reading from verse 9 to about verse 11. Okay? For you specifically. You can read it to the public anyway. You can't say you weren't one. Have a good day. Thanks.
Oh, that's it? Oh, what a disappointment. Thank you. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Hello, Raskava, 28 minutes and 35 seconds. Greetings. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. I have half an hour on my phone.
This phone is showing 28 minutes, 49 seconds.
So them things are so then they work in order. So you go. Oh boy. You see, I've never known of before me go there. So Mike Henry is in the Rastafari book as the best parliamentarian enter parliament.
Because he spoke out on reparations?
Yes, he never stopped until it materialized for the people in Coral Garden.
Oh, that one. Mm-hmm.
So he knows that the Rasta now vote for him, but yet he has never given up on it. Them all laugh at him in a parliament, all kind of shit, and he never stopped. Mike Henry take a stand and take a salute. However, when the Virgin said that he sent bus JUTC to Mandeville, I don't know of that. It was in Maypen, and the transport people them start war over it, so it affect with their revenue until it was just carrying school children at one time, which that was good, but when they let off the school picking them in the morning, it has nothing doing again till in the evening when they go pick them up back, and that's wasting of production time. So Weariness has done a good job because the children them now have to be packed up in the minibuses and the taxi and a lap up in a hit and some little music where them they need to hear while they're going to school or any time at all. You get rid of that, and that was very good. But I don't know if they could use it now within the time of waiting to still carry some people from some places and earn some money. See, we are chewing about no gas and lose no money. What you think?
I'm sorry, Rascava. I was distracted just now. Could you?
So you would not have heard
the question
anything.
Was in relation to the
no,
buses?
I end up by saying that Weariness has done a good job in not getting the children them packed up in some minibuses and taxiways sometimes end up at different places they never want to go.
Yes.
Lapping up on some lewd music.
Mm-hmm.
They're still losing money. Or because
Who's still losing money?
Eh?
Who's still losing money?
The JUTC.
All right, let's just remind ourselves, Rascava, and I don't know if this has changed, but in recent times, relatively recent, I informed myself about public transportation systems all over the world. And I read at the time, a few years now, in fact, Mike Henry was transport minister when I read that. The public transportation, and the word there, public, should tell us something, is always subsidized all over the world. Public transportation, because it's a public good. It's to move people from one point to another. It's part of the production exercise, etc., etc. But I learned that there's only one place in the world at the time where they run a profitable public transportation system, and it's a place called Curitiba in Brazil. In fact, Mr. Henry himself went to Curitiba in Curitiba, Curitiba. He himself went to Curitiba in Brazil, and I was hoping back then that the plan was to identify what worked, what didn't, and how much of what was working in Curitiba, Brazil, was possible here in Jamaica. Nothing, absolutely nothing came out of that. So there's only one place in the world there at the time when I read where they ran and still run a profitable public transport system. Having said that, Rascava, it's people's tax-paying dollars that are funding these public transportation systems. And it cannot be that people, those employed to these public transportation or a part of the public transport systems would be flippant and less than prudent in managing the operations. So one of the things they have to pay attention to would be in the area of costs. Manage the operation in such a way that we get the best bang for the buck, as the expression goes. So it's not a free for all, as some people think. Well, as everybody knows, I saw the thing set and I saw the system run. No, it shouldn't be that way. We have to be frugal, prudent, and judicious in how we manage public institutions and public funds.
Yes, that's why I said, while it was there carrying the first trip in the morning and wait again till the afternoon or in the evening, it will be you losing revenue. Because even though taxpayers' money responsible for keep and care, if it can't earn some money of itself to self-sustenance, I think it would have cost some of the other tax dollars could have gone to somewhere else rather than put it on it and it now bringing back nothing. But I love that gesture that they use it to carry around school children. Because the children, they won't late for class if they really want to go to school. Because it's on a schedule where if they catch it, then they won't be late for class. And you see that thing where name again. Anyway, let go that. I remember forward.
All right. Thanks for the call, Rascava. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And there are stories online. There are resources online where you can find out more about the Curitiba Bus Rapid Transit System, Curitiba, Curitiba Bus Rapid Transit System, and get more information on that. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Here are some messages. Someone called 5036DH says the new one is called the Moo. Yes, I did see something to that effect. The Moo, MU, or you could say, yes, the Moo variant. It could be Mu as well. You could say that, MU. The Mu variant, also known as lineage B.1.621 or VUI-21 July-1, is one of the variants of SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. It was first detected in Colombia in January 2021 and was designated by the World Health Organization as a variant of interest on August 30, 2021. You can read more about that. That's also public knowledge, public information. Rose McIntosh, you're very kind. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for tuning in. Kevin Dunk says to the caller, many thought after World War II the world would never come back. Point taken, Kevin Dunk. Lynn Bailey says, good. Well, this is the nature of man. Man was made for this. That's really what it boils down to. Man was made for this. How many trials and tribulations have man undergone for over so many generations and still undergoing? Man was made for this. Lynn Bailey says, good afternoon, Dervan. Greetings to you from Stony Hill. Please play the theme song again. Cannot recall hearing a poetry piece today. Oops, you are a little late then, Lynn Bailey. One moment, please.
You contribute directly to Jamaica's national development when you pay your customs duties. Let's all do our part in keeping the wheels of our economy turning. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:30. Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new hosts who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. Yes, I can right now. Black and white. Oh, they know the real to me. No, they know.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Cannot recall. Yes, this was Lynn Bailey's message we were reading. I look forward to them, as in the poem and the song. Hope you're staying safe. We're doing our best, Lynn Bailey, and we wish the same for you. Elvis White, hi to you too. Lynn Bailey says, one love to everyone today. She says, caller, you need a channel for yourself. I'm not sure which caller she's referring to, or he or she's referring to, but let's see some emojis here, some jogging emojis saying from this caller, he's weighing heavy on my mental health. And some crying emojis as well. Elvis says he got under your skin, Dervan. Not possible, Elvis. This skin is impervious. Impervious. Hi, Rose, says Kevin Dunk. Rose also says, Shalom, Kevin. And I love your Hebrew at Rose McIntosh, says Kevin Dunk. That's on YouTube, on the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel. Let's clear the backlog of messages, starting with Norman Hines on Facebook Live, greeting us. Good afternoon, Norman Hines on Facebook Live. Violet White says, good afternoon, Dervan. Happy Friday to you and the listening audience. To you too, Violet White. Velta Wilson says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and other listeners. It's not so happy all around, because so many lives have transitioned. But while we have life, there is hope. We all need to do our part to survive. Thank you, Velta Wilson. Rani Bell in St. Thomas says, good day, blessings to you all. One love to you too, Rani Bell. And Jennifer Stewart from Q Road in Kencott says, good afternoon, Sir Dervan and everyone listening. Hello, Jennifer Stewart, and hello to Miss Sybil Thompson as well. Quincy Brown says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Wishing for you good health. I'm hoping to join you on air via telephone soon to discuss homelessness and mental health. Please follow up with me on that, Quincy Brown. I'm all for that. And 2, he says, I'm hoping to secure employment in Jamaica in broadcasting. As you are aware, my training and background are radio and theater. Well, we hear you loud and clear, Quincy Brown. We have close to 30 or more radio stations in Jamaica now. Lots of options there. We have the 2 main free-to-air TV stations in Jamaica, and you can throw in PBCJ in the mix, plus numerous cable channels, local cable channels, etc. There's a lot of room, I would like to think, Quincy Brown. Mikey D says, good evening, Mr. Malcolm. Warm greetings from the UK. Warm greetings to you and all the other Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica in the UK, Mikey D. All the best to all the wonderful people in Jamaica and across the world, says Mikey D. Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine says, shout out to all the listeners from across the world. To you too, Ricardo. Stay safe all, he says. Cherry Henry, good afternoon. And have a blessed weekend as well. Cherry Henry. Robledo Black Pearl Michelle says, Dervan, would it be possible to tell me if the Jamaican birth certificate is available online? Also, the passport websites. Any info will help. There's a lot that you can do if you go to the RGD's website. Yes, the Registrar General's Department, RGD. Just Google Registrar General's Department or Google RGD Jamaica. That's the Registrar General's Department. They have introduced a suite of online services. So you can apply for your birth certificate, death certificate, marriage certificate, I believe. A host of transactions can be conducted on the RGD's platform. So that's easy. Robledo, Black Pearl, Michelle. The Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, is not too far behind either. You can Google PICA, P-I-C-A. That's Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency. Their websites are, those two websites, RGD and PICA, are loaded with information. Robledo, Black Pearl, Michelle, check them out. And if you still have issues after having checked, feel free to message us again. Sophia Nemad in Newell, St. Elizabeth. Good afternoon to you too. Thanks for joining us. Mikey D says, blessings, Mardena and the people of Barbados. Indeed, welcome to the Barbadians. Any flying fish and cuckoo today? Violet White says, hi, Olga. Blessings. Blessings to you, Olga. Olga says, pleasant afternoon, Sir Dervan, Malcolm, and all diaspora listening family and friends. Blessings to all from sunny Jamaica. All right, Olga. Blessings, Violet. And they're trading salutations here. All the best. And Robledo, Black Pearl, Michelle says, LOL at Dervan's impervious skin. English language is quite something, isn't it? Let's go to the phone lines once again. 876-922-4112-5. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yes, hello, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon.
Yes, that caller there that was before Balance, the one that was before him.
Yes.
Sometimes when I hear him come on, I feel like I want to run away.
No, well.
Because he's...
Well, we try our best here in terms of allowing all views to contend.
Yes.
It's the mantra of Power 106. But as long as people are not libeling people or giving misinformation, etc. Yeah.
And you are an excellent moderator. You're very skillful and very patient.
And you're very kind. Thank you very much.
Yes. I like when you correct people with the language. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of us need that.
Yeah, and let's make it clear, we're not in any way being disparaging or facetious in any way. We are. It's just our nature. As a child, and my late mother, if we could wake her from the grave, she would tell you that I used to correct her a lot. And yes, and she would graciously accept because she recognized that her son was learning. And everything I learned, I was sharing with her. And if she said the wrong thing, I corrected her. And so it's from a learning standpoint, because people depend on us, those of us on radio and in media in general, to enlighten them. And not that they don't enlighten us as well. Of course, you all enlighten us as well. We learn from you. The learning is reciprocal. So that's the basis on which we do it.
Yeah, I noticed when you were pointing out that the word is regard, not regards.
Well, the expression, the term is with regard to. That's the expression, with regard to. But there's a tendency for people to say with regards to. If you say with regards to, it is wrong. It's with regard to.
You were pointing out that slight little difference.
Yes.
But it seems to me the caller didn't quite get it.
Yeah, well, old habits die hard. And I know what that is like, because I myself am a creature of habits, quite frankly. So I might be accustomed to driving a particular way to come to work, and I might be going somewhere else, and I still end up driving this way for whatever, just out of habit. So there is that. If we get into the habit of expressing ourselves in a particular way, then it's tough to change, but we can try.
Yes. Tell me the majority of the time when you're speaking a foreign language, is it French?
Well, it's in respect of this in respect to this program.
Yes.
Yes, it's Spanish, French, and English. And in the case of the time signals, it's Spanish, French, Mandarin, and English.
Oh, Mandarin. That's probably the one that I did not recognize.
Yes. That's the one where if I wanted to give the time now, I would say Tsiensai, TDN. Tsiensai means no.
That is Mandarin.
Yes, that's Mandarin. Tsiensai.
Like French.
Yeah, no, this is ce n'est pas français. Non, ce n'est pas français. C'est chinois. Yeah. Anyway, so the Tsiensai means now. Tsiensai means now. So in telling the time, you say Tsiensai, TDN le. What time is it? TDN le. And then I usually give the time. In this case, I could say cha. You see now you have me thinking in English now, and my Mandarin just took a break. The languages are like that.
In mind, sir, when I hear you again with it, I will bear it in mind that it is Mandarin.
Yes, indeed. And you'd be surprised at some of the things that happened with these languages. You're supposed to think and express yourself in the language. When you try to anglicize it or to be English while you're trying to speak Mandarin, it can throw you, like what just happened a while ago. But anyway, sorry, I digressed. Go on, please.
I found it very humorous. That man you were speaking to, when he said that Mr. Michael is the best transportation minister, and yet the only thing he could show as evidence was failure.
No, well, he corrected himself, albeit well. He said what he really said or meant to say was, if he was still there or something like that.
Yeah, well, it was very. I think it was a.
Yeah, I found it shocking too at the outset when he said it. Yes.
Yes, so I just said to myself, "Isn't that Jamaica?" Thank you, Mr. Marco.
Thank you for your call. Please call again. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Kevin Dunk is asking, no Swahili? Well, can you direct me to where I could go to learn Swahili? Is there a website? Seriously, do you know of a website? I'm sure websites exist. Yeah. I'm sure you can learn. Yeah, so they have all kinds of things. Learn Swahili in 30 minutes. I mean, really, no. One moment, please.
Black and white.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45.
You asked, we listened. You said you wanted back the additional hour. Dear Pastor returns to its usual time from 10 p.m. until midnight.
Oh boy,
Your thoughts on topical issues, relationship matters, questions you want answered, pertinent advice. It all comes together on Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas.
Hello.
Hello, Pastor.
Yes.
Will I ask you a question?
Where you may ask me a question, I may or may not answer.
He returns to keep your company from 10 p.m. until midnight, right here on Power 106 FM.
And let's drink to the lonely of earth. Raise your glass to the good and the evil.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. And for Kevin, is it Kevin who was asking about Swahili? Yes, Kevin says, nope, I use a Google Translator. Is the mastery of language a science or more an art? That's a very good question, actually. Very good question. Hold on, I'll come back to that, Kevin Dunk. But I wanted to share with you, Kevin Dunk, a couple of expressions. Hujambo. Hujambo. If somebody asks you, Hujambo, you answer with Sijambo. So Hujambo is, how are you? Are you well? And Sijambo would be the appropriate response. And Hujambo also means hi, hello, etc. Yeah. Sijambo means I'm fine. So if somebody asks in Swahili, Hujambo, our response should be Sijambo. Hujambo is spelled Hujambo. Sijambo, Sijambo. Yes, left up to me, I would actually want to learn every single language in the world. But the time is always a factor. So it is. So it is. It's an art, Kevin Dunk, to answer your question. It's an art. It's an art. And Calvin is waving. Hi, Calvin. Robledo, Black Pearl, Michelle. Yes, we read that message already. So let's move on. Let's go to YouTube, which I'm sure is not YouTube. WhatsApp, which I'm sure is burning up right now. I have no doubt WhatsApp is burning up. And so said, so done. Where do we begin? Yesterday, Ricardo in Glengulf, St. Catherine, was saying Tapa as a coach with the Reggae Boys versus Mexico is really great. And I want the Reggae Boys to beat up Mexico, from Ricardo. Well, they didn't exactly beat up Mexico, but one would like to hope that they gave it the best they could under the circumstances and lost 2-1 to Mexico. There you go. Good afternoon to our friends from the American Friends of Jamaica. They have the American Friends of Jamaica, which is made up of former U.S. ambassadors to Jamaica and Friends of Jamaica. The American Friends of Jamaica COVID-19 vaccine site for Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer, Caymanas Park in Portmore, St. Catherine, September 7, 8, and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So this is the American Friends of Jamaica, AFJ, COVID-19 vaccine site, where they will be administering the Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer vaccines. It will be Caymanas Park in Portmore, St. Catherine, September 7, 8, and 9, from 9 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. An ID is required, they say, and they're partnering with the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Main event, Caymanas Park, San Myrna, and Lasco. All the best to the American Friends of Jamaica, and a special afternoon to Caron Chung. Caron Chung is the executive director of the American Friends of Jamaica. Here's another message. Brother Dervan, please check out the COVID incentive thing for me. And you know I wouldn't use the other word that you have there, right? People getting text messages from Minister of Finance saying they're not eligible for the money. That don't make any sense to me. Well, we'd have to find out on what basis. On what basis have they concluded that one is not eligible for that COVID incentive? What I do know, having to assist someone to apply online, someone who is over 60, because this is supposed to be for those 60 and over who have taken the vaccine, both doses in the case of the double dose vaccines, or one dose in the case of the single dose vaccines. And the person has asked me to check at different points, and it's now at the point, the initial point was, thank you, we have received your application. And it's at the point now where they say they are verifying banking details, etc. And essentially more information will be provided. So the money is still not ready. That's what all of that means. It's still not ready, apparently. All right. And the rest of your message says, and when you call Ministry of Finance to find out what kind of foolishness them texting you and they put you to the care department, nobody answers you. I would think that everybody who applied must meet the requirements they ask for. So how can so many people be ineligible? It could be, remember, it's like when you go to the embassy, the US embassy. No matter what you're coming to tell them, especially in the age when they've started to gather the data before you actually turn up. They already know everything, right? Because I remember once when I was telling them, the visas that I remembered having would have been the multiple 10-year, multiple entry 10-year, and the media, my media visa. And then the gentleman said, but I'm also seeing a work visa here. So in other words, all the information is in the system, because that work visa that I would have received was for, as I think I've said on this program before, that I've shared many times, that I'm also an actor. I'm an actor, and also I've served as stage manager as well. So I would be the person in the dark, changing the stage. If you're watching a play at the theater, I would be the one directing people, and also myself physically moving the props and the furniture on the stage. So we did a tour of Florida with David Heron's Against His Will. And so that work visa would have been for that. So the point I'm making is the information is there. So when you supply information, whether it is accurate information or flawed information, will come out at some point. As they say, it will come out in the wash. So which is why we really should, as we learned as children, speak the truth and speak the truth and speak the truth. Let's go over that again. Speak the truth and speak it ever, cost it what it will. He who hides the wrong he did does the wrong thing still. So I would, in your position, I would humbly ask whoever is dispensing that information, I would humbly ask, why? What is it? Why am I ineligible? And really and truly, we shouldn't leave people hanging like that. We should say why. We should say why, so people know. It's important. If they made a mistake, or if they, whatever it is, people should know why. All right, let's go to, what's this now? All right, we're not seeing that so clearly, so we'll check that out. Oh, this was the original. This is Eddie Edwards in Florida sharing with us the 20th Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival. And you know, we have covered these jerk festivals over the years, from Florida to New York to Washington, etc. Apparently, the 20th anniversary Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival, which was originally scheduled for the city of Miramar, Florida on November 14th, has been postponed for 2021. It means it's not going to happen this year. So those who are looking forward to that event, those in the diaspora, and since the diaspora is never too far away in our work, we would imagine we'll have some of you online as well. We're working our way up the line. Those who are wondering, how come I don't hear my message read yet on WhatsApp? It's a lot of messages. We're going through and separating those relevant to the discussions or to the program, rather than all the other information that we're bombarded with. So let's see. Michael from Belle Plaine in Clarendon says, good afternoon, teacher, to you and Power 106 family. I'm here home listening to you. Keep safe, teacher. Keep educating us. You're one in a million. You're kind, Michael in Belle Plaine, Clarendon. Let's see. Going through the line. This one says, some of the communities in eastern Portland, we are suffering heavily with salt water and about pipes. Can you please put some pressure on the powers to be, or do you mean the powers that be? We can get so that we can get relief from this, from the communities of Sherwood Forest, Boston, Ferry Hill, just to name a few. Thank you, Richard. And there's a voice note here as well. I don't think we had an opportunity to listen to the voice note. It's all right, no problem. Right, so the first question would be, Richard, the first question would be, which water supply system is this? Is this water supply system managed and operated by the municipal corporation? Oh, the municipal corporation. Is it managed and operated by the municipal corporation or by the National Water Commission? So I'd humbly suggest that you confirm that first of all. Is it the National Water Commission or the municipal corporation who is providing the water to Sherwood Forest, Boston, and Ferry Hill? And as a community or as a community of people, I would suggest as well that whether it's NWC or the municipal corporation, that you report the matter to the Water Resources Authority, WRA, Water Resources Authority, since you say that the water that you're getting is salted. Water Resources Authority, that's what we would suggest, and also the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA.
You're
listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4 o'clock. This segment is sponsored by BCIC. Prior to the upcoming No Movement Day, all BCIC branches island-wide, except our New Kingston branch, will be open on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You may also get a code, buy, pay, and report a claim on bciconline.com. BCIC. Everything we do is for you.
Become the hero on the scene by taking the COVID vaccine. Get vaccinated as soon as you get all the facts. Don't listen to the rumors. This vaccine might just make it possible for teachers to sit face to face with schoolers. This vaccine make it safer for everybody, from the young to the elderly. Don't you want to go back to living normally when things were more orderly? And if you want to live a long good life, then we all have to do what's right. So let's get vaccinated along with the heroes on the front line.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
COVID is still here, with many events still being postponed or cancelled, except the one we'd most love to cancel. Be fully prepared this hurricane season. Let BCIC Homeowners Insurance protect your home against hurricanes, floods, heavy winds, and other damage with up to 11 months to pay your premium. And you can save 15% when you bundle home and car insurance. Call or visit any of our 8 branches for a quote. For more information, visit bciconline.com. BCIC. Everything we do is for you.
Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. This Wednesday, September 8, Miss Brittany Blackwood will discuss the learning of creative lunch dishes with just $500 for 2 persons. Also, tune in for a focus on how to get a good night's rest. That's Powering Your Health this Wednesday, September 8 at 8 p.m. only on Power 106 FM. Powering Your Health is brought to you by 6 West Medical, 6 West Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine, PA Benjamin, a trusted name for over a century. National Health Fund, your partner for healthy living. Bico Zinc Plus Syrup, distributed by Medical Disposables and Supplies, available in pharmacies island-wide. Jamaica Plumbing Supplies Limited, Let's Save Water. Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. Benson Pharmacy, 11 Main Street, A2, Old Harbor. And Daisy Health Technology, monitoring health to blossom.
And let's drink to the lowly of birth. Raise your glass to the good and the evil.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. ¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:03. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:03. Hiện tại, TDN le, Sư Dien Liang San Fen. 3 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon, here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We're going through the WhatsApp messages, and for the record, we use the first in, first out principle. So the messages which would have come in, let's say, in the 2 o'clock hour, would naturally, in the order in which they came in the 2 o'clock hour, they would precede the messages in the 3 o'clock hour, etc., etc. So it's according to the time that your message came in that we read them. Right, so we're at 2:54 now. Yeah, we're at 2:54. So this message came in at 6 minutes to 3. Soldier in Massachusetts says, I would also ask the large... No, it didn't start there. Let's go up. He sent us an earlier message at 2:50. Soldier from Massachusetts. Greetings to one and all, and yourself, Sir D. I agree with your caller that there's a better way to do this lockdown. I would start by having 2 days for seniors and the disabled to shop and get all the necessaries for the lockdown without rushing with the crowd. I would also ask the large supermarkets to open earlier and possibly close later the other 2 days in the week to allow for everyone the opportunity to get essential supplies. Thanks for your suggestions, Solji in Massachusetts. Here's Nicholas now. Nicholas says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. I am super grateful for another day listening to you on both sides of the story. Paro 106 FM, as it's stated in your intro, knowledge is power. I also would like to inform my fellow Jamaicans to drive wisely on the road. Yes, we are trying to rush, but take it easy. I have been on the road earlier and I saw several delivery trucks crossing the stoplight on red. It's not only the delivery trucks. It's routine in Jamaica to run the red light. And if anyone doubts why we have the crime problem that we do, just check the running of the red light in Jamaica. We run red light like it'll go out of style, as we say in Jamaican parlance. That alone tells us where we are and why we are where we are. Why? Because we continue to discipline. There are those of us who don't like when anybody diss them. I diss you, diss me. Why not say the boy diss? That's one thing. But the same people who are hurt or complain about people dissing them, they spend their time dissing discipline. And it's not limited to those who speak the Jamaican vernacular. There are those who on their verandas and patios and at their cocktail parties and whatever, and they talk about those people down there and whatever. And a lot of them are just as culpable, right? So it's right across the board, right across the board. We continue to discipline in this country, and that's why we continue to have what we've always had. We continue to discipline. I think I got that from a bumper sticker, from a carry brake bumper sticker I saw somewhere. I can't remember right now. Don't discipline. Let's, so the rest of the message. Yes, Mr. Malcolm, Mrs. Shield is on air Thursday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you, Nicholas. Crocs in Black River says, good day, Mr. Malcolm. I believe that this Prime Minister campaigned in pros and cons, and that he governs strictly in cons. And I think that gentleman has the right to express his opinion about whether your colleague Emily Shields is a spinner, an opinion that with which I fully agree. Of course, but the point I'm making, Crocs in Black River, the point I'm making is that when we tend to, with disdain, not necessarily looking at the issues, but the personality. So that if, in terms of how we tend to attack people as opposed to their position in terms of what they said or say. And it's not about his, of course he's free to express himself. We say it all the time on this program, Crocs. Being a regular listener, you would know that. People are free to do what they want to do. People are free to say what they want to say. People are free to support whichever party they want to support, and proudly so. So you can do whatever you want to do, provided that freedom does not infringe with another person's freedom. But the point I'm making is anybody, there's a, and I remember I said, Crocs, I've used to produce Independent Talk with Ronnie Thwaites. I started producing that program August 1st, I beg your pardon, June 1st, 1999, 1st of June, 1999. And I've been monitoring, producing, listening, talk shows. So I'm quite familiar with the voices and the names. Even without the names, I know the voices. And there's a tendency to be condescending and disrespectful to people who don't share our views. And I'm saying people are entitled to their opinion. Can we just acknowledge that you're free to your opinion. You're free to express your opinion. But there are some people who feel that they have to go on a campaign to try. It's almost like when we have elections, because there are people who position themselves in support of their political parties. When it comes to calling talk shows, when it comes to flying kites, for those who know what I'm talking about, flying a kite, whatever is going to, if I feel that this person is not saying what I want to hear. This is the point, Crocs. The person is not saying what I want to hear. So to hell with that person. So that person is beneath you. That person is less than, because the person don't share your opinion. And I keep saying on this program, Crocs and others out there listening, we are not a homogeneous people. What does that mean? We're not all the same. We don't think the same way. We don't think the same way. We don't express ourselves in the same way. Right? But can we at least show some regard for our fellow human beings? That's another human. As Ernest Smith says, hail the man. That's your brother on the street. Hail the man every time you meet. I tell people morning, afternoon, evening, night, and I don't know them from Adam, as my mother would say. And I say hi to everybody. It's just a general acknowledging a fellow human being. We're first of all human beings, and then everything else after that, right? So but I'm just saying this tendency that you feel somebody says something that runs counter to you. You pick up the phone, watch me and them. Hey, but I hear some people going on and going on, and I don't know where them people they come from, you know. Boy, them people they are idiots, you know. Them don't know them a talk say. Because, no, man, instead of doing that, what you're doing, instead of further pushing their narrative, isn't the objective of your call to push your narrative? Then say your piece then. So straight up, I don't agree. You say, I don't agree with what, with you call Emily and you say, Emily, I don't agree with your position. But you see, a lot of these people are cowards. A lot of them are cowards. They like to stay from far and throw a stone. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I am talking about. And I'm saying, don't be a coward. Step up. You hear Emily say something or you hear me say something. Pick up the phone and call then. Pick up the phone and call. I say, Mr. Malcolm, I hear you say something, you know. I don't agree with you. I say, all right, tell me, what is it? What did I say that you don't agree with? And let us talk it out. Let us discuss it. Let us listen to each other and hear what is being said. And we do that respectfully. Anybody who knows me know that I don't carry belly for anybody. Me know, some people have up people and me know what. No, I say what I have to say and I move on. I not carry belly for nobody. No, I don't have time for that. Don't have time for that. And boy, the poor women who have to go through that. I mean, I say poor women, but it's a wonderful thing. But they have to go through some pain sometimes, eh? Painful. Good afternoon to all expectant moms listening to us. More in a moment.
To the hardworking people, let's take all the lonely.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
COVID is still here with many events still being postponed or cancelled, except the one we most love to cancel. Be fully prepared this hurricane season. Let BCIC Homeowners Insurance protect your home against hurricanes, floods, heavy winds, and other damage with up to 11 months to pay your premium. And you can save 15% when you bundle home and car insurance. Call or visit any of our 8 branches for a quote. For more information, visit bciconline.com. BCIC. Everything we do is for you.
Sipa copper.
Sipa copper?
Yes, Sipa copper.
Sipa copper what?
Sipa copper Ital Jamaican Moringa tea bags.
Sipa Copper Moringa, turmeric, vervine, neem, and guinea hen wheat tea bags today. Sipa Copper tea is available in supermarkets island-wide. So Sipa Copper today, you'll be happy you did. Distributed by Caramed Group Limited. Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. This Wednesday, September 8, Miss Brittany Blackwood will discuss the learning of creative lunch dishes with just $500 for 2 persons. Also, tune in for a focus on how to get a good night's rest. That's Powering Your Health this Wednesday, September 8 at 8 p.m. only on Power 106 FM. Powering Your Health is brought to you by 6 West Medical, 6 West Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine, PA Benjamin, a trusted name for over a century. National Health Fund, your partner for healthy living. Bico Zinc Plus Syrup, distributed by Medical Disposables and Supplies, available in pharmacies island-wide. Jamaica Plumbing Supplies Limited, let's save water. Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. Benson Pharmacy, 11 Main Street, A2 Old Harbor, and Daisy Health Technology, monitoring health to blossom.
But you know they don't look real to me now, no.
Que hora es en español? Son las 4:17. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:17. 现在几点了？4点17分. 17 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? Yes, young people, we know you're still on a break and we're yet to know in any clear terms what will become of the 2021-2022 academic year. We suspect, and we can perhaps postulate at this stage that it will be what they call different modalities, the online and face-to-face. Well, let's see how that goes. But in the meantime, young people, don't sit and wait for that. Some of you have picked up your rental books already, or the books on the rental scheme. That's one of the things I remember. I used to work in the bookshop at Calabar High School. And I got paid as well. Yes, as a sixth former. Used to help the late Mr. Robinson to make sure help the students, make sure the students got their books and collected the books from them, etc. Anyway, where was I? How did I get there? Right. So essentially, whatever the situation is, young people, start reading some of those books. Whether those on the book rental scheme or books that your parents and guardians have had to purchase. Just start. Go ahead. Start reading. Start practicing. Because remember, even when school is out, homework is always in. Because homework is about preparation. And proper preparation prevents poor performance. And as we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Just to complete Croc's message. So Croc says he agrees with the opinion with respect to our colleague being a spinner. And which is fine. So Crocs, you are free to spin as well, aren't you? Yes, man. You see, this is the thing. So you don't regard yourself as a spinner. You don't regard yourself as a spinner. So you hold yourself in a particular esteem that you are not a spinner. But having said that, I recognize in your writings, because you have never called this program. I think I might have spoken with you once off air, but I can tell from your writings there's enough evidence that you try your best to be fair and even-handed, although you use a lot of sarcasm and backhanded compliments and so on and so forth, and it's for those of us who love English and the use of words. We see the creativity in your writing as well, about positing that one is now seeing things very clearly through eyes that are as big as Jamaica Eye, etc. We get it, Crocs in Black River. But all I'm saying, for those who have a problem with people spinning, I am saying then go on and do your own spinning too. That's the variety is the spice of life. Go ahead and do your spinning. You think somebody is spinning? So hold on. You have a bowler who you claim is spinning and spinning. But why are you talking about that bowler? Show them that you can be an even a bigger spinner in your own right. Yes, man. So I think you're wasting time criticizing those you regard as spinners. Go ahead and do your spinning, because it's not helping. How is it helping you to be beating down those who are spinning? How is that helping you? It would help you, perhaps, for you to do your own spinning. How about that? Yes, man. Go ahead and spin. Whether you be Metro or Crocs or whoever, go ahead and spin. Go ahead and spin. As Desiderata says, speak your truth and speak it clearly. Speak your truth and speak it clearly. James Baldwin also said, take no one's word for anything, including mine, but trust your experience. Know whence you came. There is really no limit to where you can go. That's James Baldwin. Take no one's word for anything, including mine, but trust your experience. So somebody's spinning might be a different kind of spinning from your spinning. That person is spinning, if you call it that, based on that person's own experience, how that person has experienced life, how that person has processed that which has been received from others, how that person processes, what is that person's level of understanding? Because remember, a man can only understand according to his level of understanding. That's just a fact of life. So it based on your experience. So you do your spinning based on your experience and your impression and your thought and your perspective on what somebody said. Go ahead, spin all the way. But somebody else is going to have a different spin on it. Haven't you ever heard that? Somebody say, I'm going to put a different spin on it. Yes, everybody has a spin. So let's hear the different spinners now and drop some of them in soup. Spinners. I'm just saying, come on, man. Lively up yourself, as Bob Marley would say, and lighten up. Some people can't, well, yeah, just lighten up. Lighten up. Lighten up. It's like the schoolers who I saw, who I overheard engaging in this discussion. Heated discussion about this baller and this are the best footballer and Messi and Ronaldo and this and that. And I just quietly went up and said, excuse me, gentlemen. Have any one of you ever had a conversation with any of these footballers? I'm just saying. Because here you are, as my late mother would say, nyamming up yourself. Nyamming up yourself. to defend your footballer. The footballer don't even know that you exist. I'm just saying that. And some of us are busy defending certain people and defending certain institutions and defending certain positions. And to what avail? I'm just saying everybody has a different position. We don't all see through the same lenses. That's just a fact of life. I might not see things the way you see it. You might not see things the way I see. That is fine. That is normal. That is normal, as normal can be. And all I'm saying, we're free to disagree with each other. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm just humbly submitting that even if we can't agree, can we at least agree to disagree? That's all I'm saying. Can we at least agree to disagree? So I hear you, Mr. Malcolm, and I still don't agree with your position. Right? I still holding to my position, but respect. Later. Move on. I'm sorry. I think I've been talking too much. Let's go to the phone lines once again. 876-922-4112-5. Hello. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling and thanks for your patience.
Yes, sir. This is the fireman again. How are you doing?
I'm giving thanks for life. And you?
Yes, I am. Well, I'm not dead yet. It's interesting that you're discussing this matter, because I think a lot of persons out there, Mr. Malcolm, is not. You see, like how you would view things. I don't think a lot of people, even from the media, looking from at the media, feel that they are being heard. They feel that, especially when it comes to the vaccination issue, that they feel that the media is excoriating them, putting them down, and ensuring that the argument of the vaccine is the dominant factor or the dominant argument. So even if persons come with another, or should I say, come to the argument with a different scientific perspective, it is being shut down.
Except that, hold on a moment there. When you come with, it's fine if you have an opinion and you express yourself. When you're going to touch on the realms of science now,
you're right.
You want to ensure that you have it together, that you have your reference points, so that people can check and challenge if they need to, etc.
No problem. I don't have an issue with that, but that's not the argument. The argument that I'm saying is that even when it is coming from scientists that may disagree with the mainstream scientists, but they are reputable scientists, and when it is being presented, because it is not coming from the mainstream scientists, it is not valid. And before that, even those scientists who came up with it, or came up with that analogy or thesis or whatever they want to call it, they were recognized as good scientists. But because they are now against certain things, especially where these vaccines are concerned, they are not they are not the persons who they were before. So you have scientists who got Nobel Peace Prize for their work, but because they're against these type of vaccines, they are not recognized. Their opinion is not recognized anymore. And that's and when people bring these things, a lot of people feel that something is wrong with that, Mr. Malcolm. It's not just this. I mean, it's not just as what you have said. That is not just one dominant science. There are other persons who are, with respect, are against. They are not necessarily anti-vaccine, but they are looking at these particular vaccines and saying, hey, there is something that is not adding up. So, for example, Mr. Malcolm, we are told that the vaccines work and that, it prevents hospitalization. But a recent study with Israel told us that 74% of the persons who came into hospitals are vaccinated with the Pfizer.
Yeah, but hold on now. I read that story. Hold on now. That is in the sample size is not large enough or comprehensive enough in order to come to that conclusion. They can make the point of what happened. I read that. They can make the point, but unless the scientists know. Sorry, one moment, please. One moment.
Raise your glass.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
COVID is still here with many events still being postponed or cancelled, except the one we'd most love to cancel. Be fully prepared this hurricane season. Let BCIC Homeowners Insurance protect your home against hurricanes, floods, heavy winds, and other damage with up to 11 months to pay your premium. And you can save 15% when you bundle home and car insurance. Call or visit any of our 8 branches for a quote. For more information, visit bciconline.com. BCIC. Everything we do is for you.
You asked, we listened. You said you wanted back the additional hour, dear time from 10 p.m. until midnight.
Oh boy, you know.
Your thoughts on topical issues, relationship matters, questions you want answered, pertinent advice. It all comes together on Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas.
Hello.
Hello, Pastor.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, you may ask me a question, I may or may not answer.
He returns to keep your company from 10 p.m. until midnight, right here. XFM.
Que hora es en espagnol? Son las 5 menos 28. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 28. 现在地点了5点加28分. 28 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. So in the scientific world, one would need to go through in order to move from what you call a hypothesis to arriving to at a theory based on based on the evidence and the evidence not confined to just one institution, for example, the hospital in Israel. But if you could, and this is why the data gathering globally is so important. It's part, I don't know why some of us behave as if we know everything, we know the information, we know this and we know that, when in fact, the situation remains dynamic. It has been since December 2019, and it remains dynamic to this day. And the scientists and doctors themselves have humbled themselves in that regard to say when they have changed this policy from that policy, etc. But the overarching point that I'm making, as you cited that situation in Israel, is that let us get the body of work. Let's get the data. Let's get the data from elsewhere, those in similar positions, if there are those in similar positions, so that we can arrive at a factual position that, yes, this is so.
Mr. Malcolm, I am not in disagreement with you. I just brought up one incident, I just brought up one country, because there is issues as it relates to places like Gibraltar as well. and what happened in Massachusetts recently, also in England, also in
Yeah, but here's the thing now.
Islands.
Watch this now. Watch this now. All of that information that you're sharing, what is your purpose in sharing that information?
I'm saying is that when we, why a lot of persons.
No. Just help me here. I'm going somewhere with this. With what purpose are you sharing this information?
I am getting there. I am saying that a lot of persons in, when we hear all that is being said about the vaccine, the positive things and so on.
Yes.
And I'm saying that there are other sides to it. And when
but the scientists, hold on. Here's the response of the scientists to that. The scientists and the epidemiologists, the virologists, the immunologists, the infectious disease specialists. Here's what they're all at one on the point with respect to what you just said. They recognize that the situation is dynamic, and what they have collectively said is that they're not saying the vaccine is perfect. Nobody is saying that. Nothing is 100%. None of the vaccines provide 100% protection in terms of the efficacy. There are some 65%, 70-odd%, 90-odd%, 80-odd%, etc. So they agree to that point in terms of it not being the be-all and end-all in solving this COVID-19 mystery once and for all. So there's no dispute about that. But what I think the point they're effectively making is that with the vaccine, this is the point they keep making, the vaccine will serve to minimize whatever infection, whatever COVID-19 infection you might have. The impact will not be that great because of the vaccine, and you will not get to the stage of being on a ventilator or some other breathing apparatus, and you will not your chances of survival are greater. So that's the position from which they have come.
Why I'm saying this, because you had asked me why am I saying all of this. I am saying this in the context that what we are seeing is that with that kind of information, and I call it, my words, the dominant information, what is happening is that you're finding that the society is being split in two, where you have the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated. And this
so who's causing that split?
Who's causing that split? That's what, in my opinion, based on what I have been seeing, it would seem to me that because the information is more on the side of the vaccine, then it is, whether it is intentional or not, I think that all of these information, it is not balanced. Then it is more on one side, and then more persons.
No, but hold on now. Here's the thing now. When it comes on to, this is global healthcare we're talking. Global healthcare. The world has long had an established systems, organizations, which are themselves are not perfect. Whether it be the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control, the Institutes of Health in Washington, Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta, etc. There's a global understanding when it comes on to healthcare, when it comes on to managing pandemics, etc. There's a global, because we need each other, whether we want to accept it or not. As individuals and as countries, we need each other. So and there's a thing called the majority. So the majority have put forward certain positions, certain facts, etc., certain results, etc., and the mechanisms that have been long established globally to pass something as being fit for use or for emergency use, etc. It's the same procedure that they have followed all these years that they're still following, and therefore there is you will have a critical mass. And that critical mass will be made up of those who are involved in the manufacture, the conception of the vaccines, etc. And their work has to be peer reviewed, so they can't be judge, jury, and executioner when it comes on to whatever they present. It must be checked, it must be verified, and different people have to sign off on it. So when you have that situation now, don't expect that those who are working in the field of creating a defense mechanism against COVID-19, that they are going to say, all right, let's bring in those who don't agree with all that the majority of us have agreed on. That's just not going to happen.
And that is sad, Mr. Malcolm, because if you do not bring in the other side, how can people make an intelligent decision based on both sides presenting?
Except that except that if that side, if that side is not accepted by those who are just as lettered and as qualified as those who don't agree, who are on the dissenting side, as long as that doesn't become common use within the majority or common position, it's not going to happen. But then when people look at the picture, they say, but look at all these guys. These guys are experts, are professionals. Your guys are experts and professionals as well. But where is the body of work that is being brought forward to support whatever position you are taking? Because you too are depending on the current data that is coming up, which is fresh in the case of what you mentioned with respect to Israel. But it's still a work in progress, quite frankly.
But I'm saying, Mr. Malcolm, that let them sort that out.
Them who?
Let them sort, because look here.
Let who sort it out? Come on, who's them?
Let the experts between them sort it out. Because look here, as a teacher, if you have a different view in teaching and there's others who are in disagreement, wouldn't it be okay for both sides as teachers for the betterment of the student, for both of you to come together, talk about this matter, and then at least come to a central position then, so to speak?
Yeah, but that's easy. If you have if you feel you have the antidote, you have the vaccine that is going to save the world, you and a group of, and I'm just for the benefit of discussion and people understanding clearly, but if as one of the so-called persona non grata, if you have the evidence, if you have the scientific data to say that what you are putting forward is tried, tested, and proven, if they don't want to listen to you in this age of YouTube and other social media platforms, you can get your story out there. What is stopping you from getting it out there?
All right, Mr. Malcolm, you're fine, and I understand your argument, but that's the problem. When persons who are under the side, who gets it out, it is, you have even doctors, well-renowned doctors, who they were on Wikipedia.
Sorry, one moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
COVID is still here with many events still being postponed or cancelled, except the one we'd most love to cancel. Be fully prepared this hurricane season. Let BCIC Homeowners Insurance protect your home against hurricanes, floods, heavy winds, and other damage with up to 11 months to pay your premium. And you can save 15% when you bundle home and car insurance. Call or visit any of our 8 branches for a quote. For more information, visit bciconline.com. BCIC. Everything we do is for you.
Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. This Wednesday, September 8, Miss Brittany Blackwood will discuss the learning of creative lunch dishes with just $500 for 2 persons. Also, tune in for a focus on how to get a good night's rest. That's Powering Your Health this Wednesday, September 8 at 8 p.m. only on Power 106 FM. Powering Your Health is brought to you by 6 West Medical, 6 West Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine, PA Benjamin, a trusted name for over a century. National Health Fund, your partner for healthy living. Bico Zinc Plus Syrup, distributed by Medical Disposables and Supplies, available in pharmacies island-wide. Jamaica Plumbing Supplies Limited. Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Pharmacy, 11 Main Street, A2 Old Harbor, and Daisy Health Technology, monitoring health to blossom.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 14. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5h moins 14. And the time just changed. CNC, TDN le, Wu Dien Cha Shur San Fen. So initially it was 14 minutes to 5 o'clock. It's now 13 minutes to 5 o'clock here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Kevin Kedon Donaldson, one question for you on Facebook. Easy question. Who in Jamaica is running you down to juke you with the needle? Can you confirm who in Jamaica is running you down to catch you and juke you with the needle? Kevin Kedon Donaldson. Answer that question, please. I'll look out for your answer. Anthony Davis says, hi, Mr. Malcolm. Was you and the Caribbean doctors were at the lab when the vaccines was creating? I have a question for you, Anthony Davis. Were you on the farm where whatever food you have eaten from the farm was being planted? Were you there when it was being reaped? Were you there when extracts were being taken from it for value-added purposes? Hello, Anthony Davis, I'm not hearing you. Are you there? Kevin Kedon Donaldson says, Dervan Malcolm, you're acting naive censorship. Well, I can't control what you think, Kevin Kedon Donaldson. I know what you're saying doesn't apply to me. So there you go. Here we go again. You see the personal attack. That's the trend. Here we go again. So nobody's arguing the issues anymore. Notice what I asked you. Anybody running you down to juke you with needle in Jamaica, Kevin Kedon Donaldson? And if your answer is no, which it has to be, because nobody's running you down to juke you with an eagle, you still enjoy freedom of choice. That's why you can choose not to be vaccinated, and you are free. I can choose to be vaccinated, and I am free. And I am no advocate for anybody. I am sharing information that is in the public domain. I am reading just as you are reading. Well, assuming you are reading, the caller online is reading, and I'm reading what the caller is reading. And I'm just here saying, there is no need. Well, people love war, so everybody wants some war. Cause watch me and them now, cause them a go on like say, you don't need a war. You decide you don't want to take the vaccine. By all means, continue living your life without the vaccine and all that comes with that. Hey, somebody else decides to take the vaccine and they continue living their lives. I'm just saying, what is this where everybody getting, the things that we must get worked up about. We're not getting worked up about them, We're not getting worked up about them. What are you talking about, Kevin Kedon Donaldson? Huh? What are you talking about? Come on, man. And now you're LOL. Thank you very much. I'm happy to see you're now laughing. There you go. There you go. And you're declaring that you're not at war. Wonderful. I'm happy to hear that. Right? Anthony Davis says, I knew that most food in these farms are not healthy. But haven't you eaten it, Anthony? You were there in all the clothes that you are wearing, the device that you are using. You were there when they were being conceptualized and being put together in the factory. Come on, Anthony Davis. Come on. As we say in Jamaica, do better than that, man. Do better than that. Anyway, thank you for your messages. Keep them coming in. I'm sorry, we have a caller who has been on for a while, and I'm sure other callers are waiting in the wings, and we might not get to them. Sorry. Let's see if we can conclude now. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, I was saying, and even going back to what you're saying, it's just that, Mr. Malcolm, it's not that you are being people running you down to give you the job, It's just that people are feeling that there is going to be coming a time when you will be forced, not in terms of mandatory, in terms of law, but being encouraged. Other persons will encourage you to do that.
But why are you finding a problem for a solution?
No, man, I am not even going that direction in terms of arguing over that. I'm just saying what people are seeing, what people are feeling, what people are looking at. And the fact that it was for me, and I'm going to get to me now. Mr. Malcolm, I don't think that science, as how it is being promulgated, is always shifting, And let me tell you why. What I'm trying to make. Is the science shifting, or is it that we just discovered what was always there?
No, the experts tell us that they, what do they say, 20 years?
In other words, H2O is always water, don't it? If we found out that it is actually H3O, does it change the fact that it was always H3O, or we just did?
Yeah, scientists are always making discoveries.
I'm saying it is not the science that has shifted. It is the scientists that has found that out. It is not the science that has shifted, Mr. Dervan. It is they have found that out. It has always been like that. But
if we agree on things like climate change, unless you don't, but if we agree on changes in the environment and everything else, all of that has a bearing on the output from the soil, from where we get.
Here's the difference with that. The difference is that, as you said, it is an input. So, for example, if you believe in the climate change issue, if we did not do whatever we say we are doing, then the change would not come. It would have been the same as it has always been. So that, as we have been blamed to say that is man-made, that is man. So if we never did do that, it will have always rained the way that it has rained. It will always shine. The sun will always shine. It always should have shone.
But that is
the point I'm trying to make. For example, when we look at even animals and so on, and even our own body, and we are saying, when we discover something, we say, boy, the science has shifted. The science has not shifted. It has not.
No, you're the one who has introduced the slant of the science shifting. We make discoveries. We make discoveries every day. We don't know. We don't know. It's why we are where we are now. Why you're talking to me maybe on a cell phone or whatever that wasn't here years ago. It's mankind that has created these things.
But Mr. Dervan, the science of radio frequency wasn't always there. The principle wasn't it always there? That's the point I'm making. I'm not saying that.
I don't know about always there. I don't know about always there. There are all kinds of things in our environment, and it requires a level of study, scientific investigation, etc. A lot of it over time, not just a day or a week or a month, but sometimes years.
Sure, and you're concretizing my point. I'm saying that when you say we have to study it and what not have you, study what if it did not exist? Why would we study something?
No. Remember, it's not a straight line. Remember that in studying, it's not necessarily that you are looking for something that you know is there. It's also checking whatever is there that we know something we've already studied or we know something about. We want to learn more, or we noticed a particular reaction or a particular shift or change that we can't explain, and so we have to inquire further. So it's not that you're looking for something necessarily. It's not necessarily that you're looking for something that you know is there.
No, man, I'm not saying that you know it. I am not talking from that perspective. Right. Like for example, gravity. When I suppose Isaac Newton, I don't know. Well, Isaac Newton found that out.
All right, I tell you what. Yes. Where it's almost news time and we have to wrap.
Yes.
So another time.
Yes, man.
Thank you for the call. Please call again.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Power 106 FM for today, Friday, the 3rd of September, 2021. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns Monday afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm inviting you to join us in the morning. If you feel like, don't worry, if you're not going to wake up on a Saturday morning to listen to the Jamaican Diaspora live online from 6 to 9, that's fine with me. Pull the sheet over your head when 6 o'clock comes and enjoy your slumber. How about that? But I'm just saying, just in case you're up at that time, all things being well, we should be here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online. In the meantime, have a great, safe, and peaceful weekend.
Black and white, but you know they don't look real to me, no. In fact, they look so strange, yeah. Oh, yeah. Raise your glass to the hard-working people. Let's drink to the uncounted heads. Let's think of the wandering millions who need leaders but get gamblers instead, yeah. When I search for Christmas crowd, oh yeah. I can still see a message play. Yes, I can right now. Black and white. Oh, they don't look real to me. No, they don't. In fact, they look so strange. Yeah. Whoa. Let's drink to the hard-working people. Let's drink of the lonely of birth. Let's Let's drink to the salt of the earth. Let's drink to the hard-working people.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible.
Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.
Coming up in the news segment of